Okay, so first off, happy 40th birthday.
Yay!
Yeah. So, I think we should start by just taking a small bite of the first week. But before we do that, what do you think of this challenge? You think you'll be able to make it through, or?
I think we'll be able to make it through.
Yeah.
I think we both will feel different about each other afterwards.
Speak for yourself. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems.
Speak for yourself. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems.
Okay.
All right. So let's take this first bite, and I'm gonna ask you this first question.
All right, here we go.
So,
Just a bite. What the hell?
No, just a bite. They don't think that.
No, that is just a big bite. So which sauce?
2004, you applied for your PhD program. What made you? Why were you sure that you wanted to go for a PhD?
So,
That's enough.
in my parents know this too. Was in high school, I had a hat I used to wear. It had Dr. Moody on the back. So I always knew I wanted to be a doctor. So I was going to be a medical doctor. But I wanted to be a professor. So in order to get to be a professor, I wasn't going to medical school. So I just did a PhD. So
Okay.
I'm going to teach. That's what I decided to do.
That first wing wasn't nothing.
How's that one?
Spicy and yum.
Really delicious.
Delicious, huh?
Over here. Oh, okay. So, it's delicious.
It's delicious. During undergrad, your dynamics professor gave you the worst grade in college. How did this influence your professional goals and also your decision to attend Berkeley?
So, dynamics conceptually was the hardest class I'd ever had. And it didn't seem to matter all the studies and techniques and things I'd done in the past. The professor was like, yeah, I'm really impressed, but I'm still not going to increase your grade. Even though you've made a tremendous response compared to the first, I think I bombed the first midterm. It didn't matter how well I did the rest of the class, he just wouldn't. But at the end of the class, he was really impressed with me. And he asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him I wanted to teach and whatnot. And he said, since that's what you want to do, he was actually, he's from Michigan, he went to the University of Michigan for undergrad, but then he went to Berkeley for grad school. And he said, if you want to be a professor, you need to go to Berkeley. And he said, even though I'm not going to give you a better grade, if you ever want to be a professor and go to grad school, you want to go to Berkeley, come back, I'll give you a letter of recommendation, I'll make sure you get it.
I just need a cut.
Okay.
You can take more than a nibble. I think you can really get into
No,
it.
this wasn't, this ain't nothing, man. Let's take another bite.
We're ready for three? Yep.
I mean, we're gonna need to at least get to, this one kind of has me concerned down here. These,
I really want to try it.
Next job. Intel was your first job opportunity after grad school.
Yep.
And this was offered to you a year before you graduated. What made you so interested in Intel that you did not consider any other? You didn't consider any other job opportunities?
Not a single one. So, Intel, again, it was my belief at the time. I'm even more convinced of it now. That eventually everything was going to have chips in it. And then they were number one manufacturer, chip designer, and everything else in the world. And I figured, hey, if I'm going to do something like this and it's going to be around for a long time, why not work for them? And I said in the back of my mind, this is just my first job opportunity. If anything else comes up, I got a whole year before I graduate.
Yeah.
With that. But it was also a job where they offered me, they gave me an offer, well, they asked me the question, how much you want to be paid? And I told them, thinking ain't no way in the world, and they gave it to me. And I was like, well, I mean, they gave me exactly what I asked for. I thought I asked for a ridiculous number, and they said, no, that's no problem. So I was like, well, that worked out well for me.
How your lips feeling right now? trying to do.
Well, you gotta go.
So we need to go ahead and take the next
Get
swing.
the thing.
All right,
chopped
number
up.
4.
You do have to be careful with these light sauces. 'Cause they
Oh,
tend to
absolutely.
trigger,
It's
like,
the light ones and the green ones. You know,
Yeah.
the ones you just be like,
yeah.
Nah.
Okay. No, this is good, but I can tell it's tricky. It's a sweet. Like they're trying to like trick you with the sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have ate that whole thing.
Hey,
No, you couldn't, because I could tell. No, you didn't get tricked by the sweetness at first.
I'm fine.
are you
good?
fine?
I'm good.
Let me see
I don't
number
know.
4. Let me see number 4.
Can you guys turn the ceiling fan on?
Let me see. Can you guys turn the ceiling fan on?
So, you became the CEO. The CEO of Moody Engineering in December 2014.
That's it. No more.
While still living in Arizona, what did you do to prepare for this role?
Yeah, so this one was really tough. December was Christmas, I think 2014 we came back. And that's when no one decided they were So preparing for it was, so I took a number of classes at Intel as if I was going to go more higher within the organization in terms of more management roles or just trying to do those kinds of things. Just trying to make sure that I knew how to manage. I started, I never interviewed anyone before, so I went and got on committees to figure out, well, how do you hire people, right? Like, that's that process. So anything and everything I could do to give myself at least some experience for that component of the business, I did. So,
Okay.
Done.
We're done. We made it to 4. We're good. I can feel a little
Is that
burnt.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I got the 4.
Yeah, take it easy with this one. You're
Okay,
tripping.
the chicken's dead.
You've been awful arrogant, by the way, to eat that.
No.
I'm gonna make it through tomorrow.
It's the last one.
Remember, don't touch your eyes.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, look, see? You're done, buddy.
You only
Why
have
you
one?
look at me like that?
Because you must.
95% ownership
I know you
today.
can't get. Hey, Uncle Curtis stopped too.
all right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. At 95% ownership today, you bought out Moody Nolan, all Moody Nolan shareholders early on to take full control of Moody Engineering. What made you so confident to take the personal financial hit to become the full owner?
So it ended up being sparked on by ODOT, trying to get certifications so I could go after more transportation work. But I had to do an evaluation of the business in order to do an official buyout. And I got those numbers back and I was like, I didn't know the business was worth that much. I was like, I look at the finances all the time and I don't think it's so I ended up liquidating some of my retirement and whatnot and bought them all out and it was like, you know, at that time I think, yeah, Eli was born. So 2 kids in, it was just like, we're gonna go for it all.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Are you on number 6?
This is number 6.
Yeah, you guys are on number 6.
So this is number 5.
Yeah, we.
Yeah. Oh,
What do you mean, oh?
this is the one I was worried about.
Why?
Just because the bottle compared to the others and whatnot, I mean, it looks like it's hot.
You talking scared. That's a real scared talk.
Yeah. You gonna find
I'm
out.
gonna eat. No, I mean, you're eating the whole ones. I'm just, I have to keep my composure. This is the one I was worried about, the color. That dark red.
Oh, stop. Put that down. That's my. No. We're
They're
gonna get
eating the
another
whole
meal.
wing. I thought they were gonna eat like a portion of it.
He is. Engineering is rated in the top 25 minority companies in Columbus. Has been named best engineering firm in Central Ohio 2 years running. What is your motto for maintaining and maintaining a thriving business? What's your motto?
It's starting to kick up a little bit. So one of the things that we pride ourselves on is good design
Curtis,
is
you gonna try to
obvious,
Yeah,
but
okay, well, go ahead.
great design is transparent. And we try to do our things in such a way where it's not that we want to be invisible in terms of what we do, but we don't want people to notice what we did. Like again, you should be able to drive from point A to point B, and again, more, particularly working vertical projects, construction, you're looking at the architecture, right? Like, hey, that's it. I'd rather have people go in looking and saying, hey, that's a nice looking building, right? Versus, oh my God, what were they thinking? Where's the front door? How do we get there? The grading on this is terrible, those kinds of things. So as long as we do things in such a way that people don't notice what we did, I think it means that we're doing a really good job.
Okay, I'm fine.
Now, I think
5.5 hours. Good.
the other thing that's starting to happen is my sinuses are starting to clear.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Your sinus is starting to clear up.
So it's actually really healthy for you to be going through this.
No, absolutely.
Is your battery's dead, but okay.
This is 7.
He'll play till it dies.
I like this one. This one's good.
I just want to see the spices.
I think that they're tricking us to 7 too. So it's really good,
No, thank you.
but they're like everything's like building on all the spices. Each wing's building on the next wing.
Yeah.
So if I can get my tongue moving,
It's pretty cool.
yeah. How you feeling right now?
My lips are starting to say we are definitely in the hot wing contest.
My whole mouth is on fire. I'm only drinking lava. So, in 2017, your first child was born, and you are preparing for your third child to be born in less than 3 weeks. What would you say is the most satisfying part of being a dad?
Ooh.
You don't have to cry. You don't have to cry.
Don't touch your face.
Is that the wings or the emotion?
It's a little bit of both. The wings are definitely picking up heat wise. I think we should open that window as well.
Oh my gosh.
The most. What's the question?
It is hot.
So you're about to be the dad of the third.
Yeah,
What is the
the
most
most
satisfying
satisfying
part of being a dad and eating these wings?
Most satisfying part of being a dad. I mean, I think really just the way in which they look up to you, right? And again, it's a lot of responsibility and whatnot, but at the same time, like, it's probably the most important thing I'll ever do. So there's a bit of pressure, but the satisfying part is just knowing that it's weird, it's selfish, but it's like they love me regardless of what I've done.
Yep.
You know, what they don't even know. Like Eli, even Kai, they love going to work with me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go work for Daddy and whatnot." And it's just really cool, just knowing you always have people in your team, regardless of, you know, having a good day, a bad day. They're always there.
Y'all didn't say that when I took y'all to work.
How you guys know? This is 8?
It's 8.
You did this on purpose. Look how much sauce is on this wing. No, you did this on purpose.
Wow, that's hot. That's really hot. It's really hot.
This is bad because
Nathaniel, don't ever try this.
there's a problem with this wing. You can't control. You should keep it in your mouth before you let it go into your throat.
It's hot.
Ooh, I feel like the Mandarin on Iron Man 3 when he blew fire. All right. Hootie hoo. All right, you ready? Tell me when you're ready for the question. I gotta go. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't touch your face.
All right.
You can drink. You can drink.
Since you
That was 8.
What did you say?
Woo! Drink something.
Of course it's the bomb. Not right now. Consume one drop at a time.
You ready?
Y'all consume like more than that.
sorry. I did this to you. I appreciate you.
Let's hurry up and get through this. Because you technically became a PhD at age 29. What would you say the greatest accomplishment of your 30s was? When you talk, it's making it hotter. I'm not lying. When you talk, when you breathe your breath over it, it's making it hotter.
I know.
You ate that whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah. See,
said I would.
I told you.
I said I would.
He can't. I don't think they're gonna make it.
So my 30s, those are behind me now.
So, yeah, what's your greatest accomplishment of your 30s? 29.
Yeah.
Oh!
Is that why you're crying?
That was too. Can you elaborate? Because we need time before we eat this next week.
It just didn't make sense. I was like, we had been flirting and all kinds of stuff.
But why is there tears coming out of your eyes first? Is it Dana or is it the wings?
It's the wings. I'm sorry. These are hot. Like, these are really hot wings.
This was the bomb, right?
So, Dana, I mean, you guys have been flirting back and
We've been flirting
forth.
back and forth. She rejected me 2 times. It wasn't, she didn't say yes to the 3rd time. Sorry. But it didn't make any sense, but I think it worked out for me.
She was more of a Tupac guy.
Yeah, she was definitely a
And
Tupac.
I'll be sure.
Yeah.
I understand. I went through the same thing. I understand that. I understand. Tupac came through and ruined my whole college career, but keep going.
I think
Not about me.
I think we should just finish.
You're dirty. No, because she smothered the last ones and the hottest. These ones just had a little dash.
I want to try some after this.
Yeah, take a bite.
I love that.
No, can I just try this
I'll fix
one?
more chocolate.
Hey, where's my wife? Try this one.
Dana, try one of that one.
My wife's Jamaican. So
Number 9 is.
No,
No, it's a different type of hot.
this one's scary.
You want to try it? No, come on, babe.
I'm getting to her.
No, come on, babe. Try it.
I'm going to try it.
I think I made a mistake.
So you already asked
No,
about
okay. So I'll ask 10 and then I'll come up with one on the fly.
Okay.
I think. Hey, bro, your armpits are sweating.
my
You don't even care?
Nope.
Look. Like how they do in the black church?
Y'all eat number 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ate number 9.
You're back in the chocolate.
You want to try?
Okay, looking ahead, what do you hope to achieve in the next decade? These are some really good questions, Dana. What do you hope to achieve in the next decade of your life other than drinking?
I remember the question. What do I want to accomplish in the next decade? You said the decade of the 40s. Whew.
Come on, man, it's okay.
Yeah,
You still got one more week to go. You did a good job eating all them wings.
Yeah, I mean,
I just take a bite.
I know. That's probably what I should have done.
I thought you should, but that's cool.
But I was like, you know what? We could go up a notch.
Why are you breathing so heavy?
Yeah. All of this stuff is hot.
That's not how Jamaican spice.
In the next decade, one of the things I'm striving and hoping for is a bit more stability, both professionally, personally, spiritually. I think we got young kids and everything else, and you're starting a business, and there's just a whole lot of things. You're just going, like just firefighting all the time. Like, it'd be nice to be able to actually get to a place where I can put things on cruise
Cruise
control.
control? Yeah.
You know, hey,
That would be
actually,
nice.
we figured a few things out. I mean, not to say that everything's perfect, but just be able to have a bit more margin. Yeah, that's one thing else is going to have is more margin. Be able to travel, go and do go some places, do some different things. Making sure that, again, as the kids approach high school and everything else, that we're in a much better place. But man, my sinuses. Oh my God. You are gonna come by.
We still have. Are you gonna be able to? like jumping into a pool and it's like just spring, but the pool just opened.
Yep.
It's like, ew, it's cold. Well, it's 37 degrees. You don't want it. I mean, it's the coldest.
You remember polar swim at Camp?
Oh,
This
well,
is
this has been fun.
Oh, wait, I got
This has been fun.
Has it been?
Last win. Yeah, it has been.
Ah, I can even tell this is messed up.
You better drink now.
No, I can tell. That's not even right. It's not hot. It's like they just like, hey, let's combine the hottest stuff in the world. It wasn't even hot at first. It was like,
No, it's not. They're like, oh,
they were like, okay, yeah.
oh, oh. Well, I can say that I ate all 10 wings.
You remember? I don't know. Remember if you guys remember Dumb and Dumber by chance, where they gave that guy the hot sauce and he had an ulcer. And he was just like,
Doing this with me.
no problem.
Yeah, this is a memory I'll never forget.
No, this is actually a good one. What was your favorite wing?
My favorite wing?
Can't be 10.
Or 9.
Maybe number 6. I just forgot about
Kind of like the wing. I know you can't even remember what they the flavor got burned out your tongue.
Yeah, I mean you can't taste nothing. That's why I was glad I ate all my food for the whole day before
You
the
did.
meal. I was just like, I'm not gonna be able to eat any food.
Y'all gonna pay for it later.
Oh, yeah, I got to pay for it. Get off the fire!
I've already been having a bad intestinal week. I started putting this like stuff in my coffee, and it was like that's what it was. That stuff I was adding to my coffee. What question can I? Let me ask you a question. I try to come one off the cuff. Being a father, it's kind of like, you know, what do you see? What's interesting that you see in your kids that you see that's like, oh, that's me, or
Some
you
of the
know what I'm saying?
things they do.
Yeah, that where you're like, where the curses come true. Like, hey, wait till you have your kids.
Yeah,
You know,
I remember Uncle Kurt telling the mother's curse. I hope you have one just like
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So what do you see in your kids where like, oh, okay, I get it. That one was like me.
So one of the things that again is
Man, this
again,
is burning.
yeah, it don't stop.
It go down
I
here.
think breathing makes it worse.
You hear me? You breathe like the air of look at hey Dana put the camera on her real quick.
Oh, that's messed up, man.
But yeah, what do you notice about your kids that
So the stubbornness, you know, is one of those things where it's like, you know, when you're right, it's a good thing, but when you're wrong, it's just like, no. Don't dig in deeper. Don't go on harder. Like actually, like it's encouraging in some ways knowing that as long as they have the right values and things, they're not easily going to be swayed for anything. But know that they're wrong about something and they dig their heels in. It could be a problem. So just a stubbornness.
so they got that stubbornnness from you?
Yeah, I think they got
Dana,
that.
you get it on camera. This is beautiful. So you remember when you said
The other thing too, which is I remember is when I was little, I had the issue all the time as well. Was just making sure that I aim better. And Eli just working on him. You got to make sure the pee gets in.
Yeah,
Can you tell my wife
Every
this?
boy.
She thinks that the pee's not supposed to. It's all supposed to go in the toilet.
That's what I think that too.
No, I mean that's perfect case scenario, but it's like a garden hose. We got to learn to like direct it.
I mean, our sons are 9. They still working on it. So.
Thank you. 20 feet behind
This
me and
was a
Jensen
great
will be 20
experience.
feet ahead.
I highly recommend anyone to do this.
This was good.
This would be a good thing to
I'm trying
do.
go down.
Yep. But you should nibble.
No, listen, real quick. Let me get this. I noticed when he sent me the video, the coach was the interviewer was only taking a bite because he knew he had done the interview.
We've done many times.
So and everybody's like, "What? I'm gonna take these wings they're throwing them." Now I was like, "All right." No, I'm not gonna be arrogant with this one.
Yeah.
Good job, baby.
I'm
Good
pretty
job.
sure. I'm pretty sure I'll never do this again, unless I'm interviewing somebody else. But
Both of y'all, good job.
You know what? This needs to be a tradition.
oh, absolutely.
No, you can be
For
the
y'all.
interviewer on mine.
Oh,
next
absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
You started it.
I would be more than happy to return the favor.
Adrian.
Because I'm sure there's gonna be no.